talk about when it comes to Iran's petrochemical strikes. Now, 5 people reportedly have been killed. This is the Mehsahar facility that has been hit in a joint attack by US and Israel, and 5 people are reported to be killed. And these strikes that have left several people wounded as well. This is again from the Iranian media reports that has now been confirming casualties. And this time Israel has claimed responsibility for the strike, as Prime Minister Netanyahu has vowed that more attacks will happen on chemicals for missiles that seems to be targeted on part of Israel. And this is the Mehsar facility that has now been hit in joint attack, with 5 casualties having been reported by the Iranian state media. We're looking at multiple people who have also been wounded or injured in these strikes, which Israel has now claimed responsibility for that. Well, in the meantime, Prime Minister Netanyahu has also vowed that these strikes will continue. But as far as when it comes to the infrastructure is now concerned, which is the key lifeline of Iran, that seems to be the set target for Israel and the United States of America, because there are deadlines there. Yes, there have been multiple deadlines that has been given by President of the United States of America. But this seems to be now latest round of attacks that have now continued on these areas, which are called to be the lifeline of Iran. Now, this is the Mehsahar area of Iran, which has now come under attack. This is a facility which has been now hit in a joint attack. 5 people are reported to be killed in this attack, with several others wounded as well. Let's put out those pictures here in full screen for a better understanding there, where pictures have been recorded near this facility, and there you can see black smoke that seems to be rising from this facility itself. This is a petrochemical facility that has been struck in US-Israel joint strikes, which has now led to several people being killed. There you can see the extent of the damage that has now been incurred, and huge black smoke that seems to be billowing from this facility that has now been hit on part of Israel, which has been claiming responsibility. As far as when it comes to the casualty figure is concerned, at least 5 people have now lost their lives, and there have been several people who have also been reported to be injured. And Israel has now been vowing that as far as chemical for missiles, this is going to be the next round of fresh targets that is going to happen on part of Israel. When it comes to the key infrastructure in the heart of Tehran, that is now going to be hit. Let's in the meantime talk about what happens in the other Gulf nations as well, because Iran's retaliation has also been unrelenting. Missiles and drones that have now targeted Kuwait air defenses that seems to be engaging in threats and interceptions. Now, Kuwaiti army has in a way reported that explosions linked to defense action and hostile aerial attack that has been foiled, and Kuwait has now issued a public advisory as well. Let's in the meantime take a look exactly when it comes to this hostile aerial attack, which Kuwait says that has been foiled. There you can see very dramatic pictures that have been coming in. But this actually gets you a sense of the extent and the intensity of these strikes in the last, 2 weeks that has now, dangerously gone up. We are looking at how Kuwaiti air defenses, they have been saying that they have engaged in threats, and those threats have been intercepted. But look at the damage that those threats have now incurred when it comes to Kuwaiti areas as well. The Kuwaiti army has now reported that there have been explosions linked to defense action and hostile aerial attacks that has been foiled by them, and Kuwait has gone ahead to issue even public advisories as well, because interceptions are underway according to Kuwaiti army, where interceptions and the threats that are missiles and drones by Iran that has now been hitting areas that are also important to Kuwait. So Kuwait air defenses have been engaging in these threats, and they are now being intercepted. Let's go back to Mayank on this. Mayank, on a dangerous level, we are looking at this escalation that seems to be happening on both sides. What's happening in Tehran and what's happening in the Gulf nations alongside?
One point has to be understood, and that is very clear, that air defenses of Iran is all gone, because US and Israel have been able to hit any point or objective at their will. So that one thing can be understood. But the other important part, which is significant, because Iran has been able to launch missiles, and those are reaching up to Tel Aviv. So in that case, whatever the objective was, and it started with this objective, one of the objectives which were briefed in the initial days of the war was that it was aimed at blunting the military capabilities of Iran. It might have happened to a larger extent, but then when it comes to missiles, it has not happened, and missiles and drones both. And what you can see in UAE or Bahrain is happening is evidence to it. And they had been able to fire missiles and create mayhem or destruction as per their own aims and objectives. So, and this will keep as a threat. This will keep hanging as a threat for the factions from Israel and the US.
Yes. Because Iran, Mayank, has targeted energy and other infrastructure, industrial infrastructure that we are looking at, and these are oil-rich Gulf nations. Because Iran has accused the neighbors of allowing US forces to carry out attacks from their territory. And this is what we are looking at the kind of retaliation that has been taking place. Critical infrastructure across the Gulf has come under repeated attack by Iran.
The important point has been that when war starts, initially the objectives remain military or defense or establishment which are defensive in terms of being used for planning or for command and control or for congregation of leadership and all that. That remains in the initial days. But then gradually it expands. And this is what exactly we are seeing, that hotels were initially targeted by Iran, saying that those were being used as habitats for the soldiers of US. And then gradually the water desalination plants were destroyed, and Iran did it, saying that it is in retaliation to what US had done or Israel had done in their country, and refineries were hit or storages were hit. And that same thing is happening in a form of tit for tat. And this might expand,
yes.
And that is going to be detrimental for everyone. And
it is expanding already, unfortunately, as far as this wider regional conflict that what we are looking at. Mayank continues to be with us because we are getting you the pictures that have now been coming in from the latest escalation in the last 24 hours alone. Critical infrastructure across the Gulf has come under attack from Iran, with damages that has been reported at civilian facilities as well, whether be it in the UAE, in Bahrain, in Kuwait, where the Islamic Republic has been repeatedly threatening civilian infrastructure in the Gulf countries, as the US-Israeli attacks in Iran have also been hit by targets that are key to the Islamic Republic's economy. And the Gulf countries have now faced repeated drone and missile salvos from Iran over the past weeks in response to US and Israeli strikes that have begun at the end of February, that Iran has now targeted energy and other infrastructure, the industrial infrastructure in the oil-rich Gulf nations. So there you can see as far as the pictures that have been coming in from different Gulf regions.